Hi, I'm Tim Stein and welcome to this video which I talk about piano tone in our ongoing video series on the basics of piano playing. What is the secret of a beautiful tone? I mean, why play an instrument if you can't make a nice sound, and how can you develop it? As the piano is generally a percussive instrument, it can be very difficult to produce a nice, beautiful sound. Yet listen to lots of pianists from, say, Rubinstein to Pariah, and they create a myriad of sounds. Miraculously, how do they do it? When you've got an instrument where basically the action involves the hammer hitting a string, there's not a lot you can do about that. Hits the string. If you play a note loudly, you create a loud sound. If you play a note softly, you'll create a soft sound. But there are lots of sounds in between those louds and softs, but it's a question of what you can do to achieve them. Well, a simple little exercise is one that I call bouncing a ball. If you take a single note with a strong finger, say your second or third finger of your right hand, and you practice playing a note from loud to soft, just testing what we call keyboard resistance to see how easy or how difficult it is to create different sounds. So I'm going to play a D, for example, with my third finger, and I'm going to go from loud to soft very slowly. And then I'm going to go from soft to loud. And you should be able to feel what it takes to create a loud sound and a soft sound. And when you play the piano, every finger wants to be able to do that. So if you start with the second finger, you can then try it with the fourth finger, and so on. And as I say, I call that exercise, if I haven't already done so, bouncing a ball. Then experiment with however many different sounds you can produce. For more tone, you want to use more arm weight. And again, as I've mentioned in previous videos, that you want to maintain the shape of the arm and hand so that you don't break the line between the forearm and the wrist. Because to create a good sound, you want to use the forearm, the weight of the forearm behind the finger. Because if you don't do that, the finger's just going to collapse and you're going to end up with what I call a floppy sound. So for more tone, you use more arm weight. For less tone, less arm weight. And again, you can just experiment. So take one note at a time. And I'm using very little pressure, very little weight of the forearm behind the finger. And now I want to produce more sound. So I push a little harder. And if you just think about squeezing a strawberry on the keys. Just very gentle pressure, firm finger, but more weight of the arm. And if I want to play softer, then just think of squeezing that strawberry a little softer. And you can create a soft sound. Now if I take, for example, this beautiful Chopin nocturne in B flat minor, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bring out the melody in the right hand. While my left hand is quieter. And by producing more sound on one note and perhaps less sound on another, you can actually shape the tune, shape the melody. And again, it's all a question of experimentation. How much pressure do I need to apply to one note? A simple tip, if you think about it, the higher the notes on the piano, the thinner the string. So you're naturally going to produce less sound automatically. Lower sounds on the piano, because the strings are thicker, automatically you're going to get a larger volume of sound. So what you want to do is to compensate. So when you've got high notes in the upper registers, try making more sound. And when you've got sounds in the left hand, you can actually make less sound, so less pressure. And that way you can develop a melody over an accompaniment. And it's great fun experimenting with different sounds at the piano. Different touches create different sounds. And great pianists have been experimenting for many years trying to cultivate a lovely sound. You don't just want to play softly and loudly, and you want to be able to create all the subtleties between the two ranges so that your playing can become much more expressive. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to you tuning into my next one when I talk about how to start practicing a piece.